Happy holidays, everyone. Bryant Cook, and today I am playing a donation deck from Evan Gravano, and it is Gruul Storm, Red-Green Holiday Storm. Evan, thank you for your continued support. For those of you that are unaware, Evan is a member of our top tier here at this very YouTube channel, the Combo Cabal, and with Evan's free donation deck for the month, Gruul Storm was the choice. I've uploaded a handful of videos over the last few weeks on the archetype, and today's video is a little bit different. At the end of the previous video, it was Naya. I talk about wanting to try out main deck copies of Burning Inquiry, so that way we can accumulate the combo of Underworld Breach plus Birgi, and then Burning Inquiry. Whoops, I just removed one from the deck. Until you eventually draw your entire deck, because you end up escaping the perfect number of cards with Burning Inquiry until you can cast this main deck Grapeshot. It's a 3-card combo that just wins the game. So that's sort of what we're trying here. But on top of that, Burning Inquiry, it might fix some bad hands with Reforge. It's an interesting card. I'm not sure how good it is, but that's what we're trying today. I do think that the White Splash for Prismatic Ending was good. I probably plan on recording another video with the White Splash at some point because I want to try Silence in that deck. But today we're back to Gruul Red-Green Holiday Storm. And this is just one of the things that we're doing with having main deck copies of Burning Inquiry. I trimmed down to 2 copies of Commune with the Gods. I think Commune's pretty nice for finding the breach and the creatures, but we really want to concentrate on this Burning Inquiry interaction. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then we lost 1 copy of Wish. Wish was a little bit clunky in that previous video, so I'm trying 3 today and wanting to see how that goes. Other than that, this deck list is fairly stock. I'm choosing to not run the sideboard copy of Wilt today. I found that that slot hasn't really been pulling its weight. If our opponent has a Leyline of Sanctity, we can always win with Aeve, Progenitor Ooze, so we don't really need to win by Grapeshotting the opponent. So that's sort of what I'm going for here today. And a fun reminder, if you're a member of this channel, on December 23rd, I am doing a drawing for this very Pioneer Challenger deck box. I guess it's not a deck box, it's just a Pioneer Challenger deck. And you could be the winner. So one lucky winner will win it completely free. All you have to do is be a member. No shipping cost. I will ship it to you, just showing my appreciation. And also, if you're a member this month, you get all videos until the end of the month early. So that is a top tier Combo Cabal perk, a perk that Evan pays for every single month. I'm sorry, Evan, I do appreciate you. But this month it's available to all members. So definitely go check that out. It's worth the $4.99, I promise. And then if you want to support us, theepicstorm.com/shop has 15% off this month with code Stormy Holidays. Once again, that is code Stormy Holidays for 15% off merchandise from our shop. Definitely go check that out. But in the meantime, you can support us by listening to this. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, If you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Match number 1, and we are on the play with Gruul Storm. Holiday Storm it is. We've opened up the singleton copy of Grapeshot. A lot of mana here, not a whole lot to do with it. I think you're supposed to mulligan this, unfortunately. And this can accelerate into Reforge, so I think that we keep this, bottoming the Wish. Okay, let's just play the Mistian Pass. Okay, so now it's our opponent's turn. Oh, they revealed a companion. I missed that. So they're on Hammer. Bummer. Okay. Come on, 2-mana creature. That's what I would love here. Very nice planes. I believe that in paper, these are the one of the earlier APAC planes, if I'm not mistaken. Breach. Okay. I would love a creature. Okay, so we're going to take 2 here. No hammers this turn. The Grotter's Aid. And no land drop. Okay. So let's fetch another land. Put it into play tapped. Creature. Burning Inquiry. So I have an interesting choice here. I can Inquiry or I can cast the Reforge. Reforge next turn could give them double hammer, which would kill me. But if I Inquiry and discard the Breach, I'm going to feel like a dummy. I am dead to double hammer. Not really sure what to do here. I think it's probably Reforge. Yeah. Okay. So Ritual. And then let's cast Reforge. We've played a land, so we don't even get to play a land here. And I would not hit Birgi anyway. So now we have to try to win next turn, which is going to be a little bit of a tall ask. I think our best draw is like an Underworld Breach. 5 cards in hand, Stoneforge. That is not a hammer this turn. Okay. Draw. Birgi. That's actually decent. So what we're going to do is start off by playing the Goblin. Ritual. No, I'm not interested in paying your tax. All right, so then Ritual again. And then let's play the back half of Birgi, the Horn fell part. The Horn of Bounty, and discard a land. Reforge. Discard another land. There's a Ritual. Let's cast that. And we can discard another Abundant Harvest. Another Goblin Anarchomancer. Let's fetch. Go get one of those stopping grounds out of the deck. And let's discard this Abundant Harvest. Wish. And another Strike It Rich. So if I play the other Archaeomancer, Wish would cost 1. Then I could play Breach, but I'm out of mana. But right now I can go Wish Breach and not be out of mana. So I think I'm supposed to just cast Wish. And then Underworld Breach. Now I can escape a Ritual. Okay. Removing 3 lands, cast the ritual. And now I can cast Strike It Rich. Strike It Rich. And then sacrifice this for a green. Let's play the Goblin. Sacrifice this for a red. Let's cast another ritual. And let's escape Abundant Harvest. I'm definitely not going to cast those. And then another land. And then we can cast the ritual again, remove land. Reforge Breach. Now we go up to 5 mana, and I can cast Reforge the Soul, floating 2 red. Now we get a brand new hand, and Birgi would cost 1 here. So I'm pretty free to cast it. And then this Manamorphose will make a bunch of mana. We can auto-yield here. Okay, green, red. Guess I can just discard more cards. Okay, we have 25 cards in deck. Alright. 13 cards left in deck. This deck is a blast when you're going off. It really is. Okay, Desperate Ritual. You can resolve. Cast Wish. Wish is actually a break even on mana, which is kind of insane here. Because it costs 2 less because of the goblins, and then the red is replaced by Birgi. It's from 18, so I just have to cast a few more spells. Alright, Ritual. Ritual. That's from 20. And then Grapeshot. Target them. Alright, well, I thought you were supposed to be the best deck in the format, Hammer. You just lost to this red-green storm combo deck. Get it together. Alright, we just have to get a post-board game now. I'm going to board in these lightning bolts. They seem pretty good here. And I think that we can trade off the communes. We just want to slow them down, so I really like the idea of bringing in bolt. And I think I can afford to trim an Abundant Harvest. Yeah, I'm down for this. Let's try this out. Game number 2 against Gruul Storm. We opened up the Grapeshot, which I was pretty down about in game number 1. But I think here I'm going to keep it. So we have turn 1 Striker Rich and turn 2 Birgi. Or I can always use Grapeshot. And there's the Esper Sentinel. Okay, 4 cards in the opponent's hand. We're an Underworld Breach away now. Yeah, I'm just going to let them get a card on me here. Striker Rich. I'm going to auto-yield to that ability. No. Okay, you got your free card. Take your turn. Okay, 2 mana. Stoneforge. So that's getting a hammer. Yep. Ornithopter, 4 cards in hand. Draw. Another Birgi. Okay. I think I'm going to get the Stomping Ground. Yeah. So I could be a little bit wild here. I could go Ritual, Birgi floating 1, cast Burning Inquiry. And then if I hit Breach, I win. But it's kind of reckless. Is that what I should do, though? I don't hate it. I'm going to go for it, I think. Turn 2 win. Let's go. Desperate Ritual. Birgi. Come on. I really want to turn 2 win. Let's go. Burning Inquiry. Auto Yield. Give me Underworld Breach. Oh, we didn't hit it. I can cast Morphos. There's not that good of a line here, unfortunately. Okay, so this is going to bring me up to 3 mana. Do red-green. Goblin. Okay, and then this is going to make a red. So now I can flashback Striker Rich. Okay. And I think I just passed the turn here. Sort of a bummer I didn't hit the Breach. I really wanted a turn 2. That would have been so awesome. So even if we draw a ritual to play the back half of Birgi next turn, we don't have any cards to discard to Hornfell, so we need to get kind of lucky here. Ooh, I discarded a Paladin and a Sigarda's Aid off the Burning Inquiry. They still have Hammer in hand, though. We know that much. Alright, Urza's Saga. And they have another Paladin. Alright, so they're going to get to bonk me with this hammer here. I guess I could, in theory, block with the Birgi. And then play this Birgi from hand. Or just go to 4. I think I should just go to 4. Alright. They're pausing on my blocks. I can't imagine that they have any combat tricks here. Okay, so I've finally taken 4. And they played another Ornithopter. And the draw is Abundant Harvest, which essentially just pays for itself, so I don't mind casting it here. No, I'm not going to pay your tax on Esper Sentinel. We will say non-land. Underworld Breach? Reforge. That's disappointing. I think I'm supposed to just flashback this Dragon Edge. Now I have to live. I just have to pass the turn. If they have another hammer, I'm just dead. So the plan right now is block Birgi on the Esper Sentinel, and then untap Hardcast Reforge off our 4 mana sources, and then just hope to go land Ritual win. Okay, so now they're in their main phase with Urza's Saga. And do you have another hammer? Springleaf Drum, Esper Sentinel. It looks like the answer is no. Alright, so I'm going to block here. And we just have to hope to get lucky. Knowing my luck will happen is I'll draw Underworld Breach now that I've blocked with Birgi. But I guess even if I drew Breach, I would have a deterministic win, so that's not even the end of the world. Okay, so I am still at 4 life. Opponent's passing the turn, and the draw step is Pyretic Ritual. How lovely. Alright, let's cast the Ritual. No, you can draw your cards. So I'm just trying to think out loud. If I played Birgi, I'd have 1 mana floating. I could Reforge for 4. So I think I'm actually supposed to cast the Birgi here. And then Reforge would be 1 mana floating. Okay, cast the Reforge. We get 1 mana with Birgi. Alright, so Ritual is a pretty good draw. We're drawing 7. We will go down to 35 cards in deck. Burning Inquiry. This should do it because Wish gets the sideboard copy of Underworld Breach. Okay, so let's cast the Ritual. Make even more mana. Cast Wish. I don't have to play the Burning Inquiry right away, or the Underworld Breach right away. What I'm planning on doing is casting Burning Inquiry to see if I can turn these lands into real cards. The Storm is 7. Let's cast the Inquiry. It's free to do so. Why not? Just free Storm. And I can't cast that. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Rest in peace. Okay. You'll be doing that soon. Boom! Bad jokes. I think Aston Flames might be a better play here than the Breach. Let's cast the Past in Flame. Piff is on this stack for all you Giftstorm fans out there. Okay, so let's cast Pyretic. All the mana. Looks like we're going to be defeating Hammer Time, which is pretty cool. All the red mana in the world. Okay, let's Lightning Bolt you. Just makes up for itself anyway. Free Lightning Bolts. You get a bolt, you get a bolt, you get a bolt! Alright, so now they go to 11. And let's cast Grapeshot. From 16. Boom, turn 4. Not the world's fastest kill, but, you know, we did attempt for turn 2 and miss, so that was pretty quick rebound time. And just like that, we are 1-0 with Red Green Storm in Modern. This is not a limited event. I know it looks like Modern Horizons 2 tribal. It is not. Red Green Storm is just, it's such a sweet and very real deck. I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you in match number 2. Playing your favorite combo deck in paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm mini token pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grapeshot, everyone's favorite storm win condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Aeve Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Round number 2, and we're on the play again with Gruul Storm. What is our opening hand? Waiting on our opponent to reveal their companion here. I think this is the standard icon. Yeah, it's standard. Okay. And they reveal the Yorion, so they're probably on like Death and Taxes or something. This hand's a keep. This is a turn 3 win at the moment, I believe. So we have turn 2 Ritual Birgi. I guess we would need more mana for a turn 3, because right now we're just short of Wish and a Breach. The Yorion most likely, like, it could be a number of things, I suppose. There is that, like, 4-color control deck right now, and this sort of looks like it. Alright, let's fetch. And let's see what the draw step is. Draw. I don't hate Commune, because it can get the Breach. What did they pick? Red. I'm gonna play the Commune in case they're a Blood Moon deck, and I hit Breach. Alright, so we want to find another ritual now. Arid Mesa. Actually, another ritual would only put me to 4 mana. So I guess we're like a couple cards away from winning. Alright, they've activated Arid Mesa. I'm not sure what they're getting here. Is this Enchantress? Renegade Rallier getting back the Arid Mesa, okay. Draw. Okay. Wonder what to do. I could play the Birgi and pass, but I don't love that line because what if the Birgi dies? I could just cast Burning Inquiry right now, but if I discard Birgi or Breach, it's kind of a feel bad. And I could play Wish, but what does Wish get here that matters? I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Okay. Alright, so no blue mana at the moment. Everything else. Take 3 from Renegade Rallier. Sure thing, I'm at 16. And there's their blue mana. They have all 5 right now, and they could cast Bring to Light if they have it. Okay. The Fairy. That doesn't matter. And they plussed it. Okay. So I guess if they had sorcery speed removal, they could cast it. Not really a big deal. 4 cards in hand, draw. So if our opponent doesn't have anything, we have a win here. Heretic Ritual. Jasper Ritual. Play the Berg. Okay. And Underworld Breach. Ah, they had Bolt. Life is unfair. Alright. That was not a feel good. Did not hit a strike at Rich. Yeah. That hurts. Okay. So we're just passing the turn. Prismatic Ending, Bring to Light. Blessing to Fury again. Okay. A little bit of a weird deck. Bring to Light Ragavan is not super common. Draw. I guess I can cast the Reforge, start rebuilding. Does this resolve? They might have a counterspell here. Or they're just thinning. That way they don't draw a land. Okay, so they took 2 off Steam Vents. And it resolved! Woot woot. Okay, we're just going to play Striker Rich and pass the turn. Discarded Double Ending. And Step Expressive Iteration. Pretty good. So there are 3 endings down and they've used 1 Lightning Bolt. Ragavan, okay. Just gonna hit that F6 key and see what our opponent does. No point in me not doing that because 1, I waste time, and 2, they have a Teferi Time Raveler. I'm not allowed to respond anyway. Okay, I'm at 8 life. They plus Teferi again. That is not a good sign. Omnath, okay. They do have a land drop here. There's their land. So if they fetch, they get to make 5 mana? Or 4 mana. My bad, 4 mana. Decided not to. Underworld Breach. Can I piece together a win here? Desperate Ritual. If I play Birgi Breach, they respond with a removal spell. I can respond with Manamorphose. Yeah, I guess the Birgi's worth playing just to suck out the removal spell. Play Breach. Does that resolve? It does? What about this Manamorphose? Does that resolve? Worms 4. They had the 4th copy of Prismatic Ending. Oh, that is not good luck. I'm not allowed to respond to anything, so... Damn, that sucks. Okay. Red, green. Guess I play the Goblin. Like, I lose my green mana here, but I have the green mana from Striker Rich there. I don't know. Right, let's cast Abundant Harvest. I still have 1 copy of Breach left in the deck that I could get lucky and draw into. Alright, non-land. Or I could hit Wish, which is another possible out here. Yeah, I think I just have to Burning Inquiry. Come on. Wish or Underworld Breach. Okay. Does this resolve? And a land is not good enough. So I think I'm just dead here. Yeah, the 4th ending got me. So they're a Valky deck with Fury in it. This is a wild pile. I think they just have me. Like, I can chump block to stay alive, but I don't think I'm actually going to be able to come back. Alright, let's just go to game number 2. That was a little bit of a bummer. Not sure how to board here. I think maybe the Burning Gray stuff might be a little bit too wild and we should bring in the Veils. Leave one Veil on the board. Could bring in like one Relay as well to beat some Grave Hate. Or take out the Communes because they have so much interaction. I think I'm down for this. Let's try this out. Oh, I forgot to update my record. I should do that right now. Sorry about that. Whoop. We're 1-0. Probably about to be 1-1 if I keep on playing into my opponent's tricks like that. That said, I do think when your opponent has 3 copies of Ending Down, you're supposed to go for it. So I don't have any regrets about that. I do think where I picked to go for it, turn 3, I believe it was, maybe turn 4, that wasn't the best spot. Game number 2, we're on the play. Against this Yorion 5-color pile Bring to Light deck. Alright. Sure, let's keep this. I have Abundant Harvest to be land number 2. We might be able to do some stuff here. Okay. Arid Mesa. Let's go get our Stomping Ground, pay 2 life, and then cast Abundant Harvest, naming land. Quick land. Oh my god, we got a Wooded Foothills. How insane is that? So lucky. Didn't deserve it. Okay. They also have an Arid Mesa. Sacred Foundry, the strictly worst red dual land. However, they do have a Ragavan. Pretty good. Draw. I think I'm just going to pass here. I don't really want to burn 2 rituals into a Galvanic Relay. Alright, Ragavan getting in there. We're going to fall to 15 life. Veil of Summer. What are you casting? Something blue. Renegade Railier. Sure. It does get fetch lands back very well. Yep, Flooded Strand is back. And they're down to 4 cards. Get the Stomping Ground and take our turn. Draw. Another ritual. I'm going to go to 13. I think I'm just going to try to play Reforge here. Okay. Ritual. Reforge the Soul. If they try to force it, I do have a Veil. Steam Vents. Do you have a Fluster? Is that what this is? Okay. They had nothing. We drew 2 more copies of Reforge. They had a Solitude. Okay. Let's cast Rich and pass the turn. Okay, so our opponent's going to attack us for 5 here. We'll fall to 8 life. And then next turn, we have to think about trying to win the game because we're going to be kind of low on life, and a Lightning Bolt would actually just be lethal. Question is, can we do it off Birgi? Our opponent sided into Solitudes. We saw 4 copies of Lightning Bolt in game number 1. And they're just going to pass. I don't like this. And another copy of Wish. I think we just might be dead here. Play the Birgi. Alright. Cast Manamorphose. Auto yield. Am I dead to several different things here? Yes. Okay. So I suppose I could rip the one of Grapeshot here to kill both their creatures. Okay. But I didn't. So I guess we just flashback Strike It Rich and hope to get another turn. Okay. So our opponent's fetching down to 12. What is this? Endurance. So they had us beat multiple ways. Okay. So we got wrecked. Didn't really stand a chance here. So this is one of those spots where if Veil of Summer was silence, this matchup probably would have gone a little bit differently. So -1 on Veil of Summer, because silence does stop things like Endurance and Lightning Bolt, but it is what it is. Not the end of the world. Let's just focus on winning the rest of them. We are now 1-1. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Match number 3, and we are on the play again. How about that? This seems fine to me. Keep. I'm going to take some mulligan. Okay. So we're going to lead off on a red source here so that way we can get basic mountain. And then on turn 2, Misty can get the basic forest. Alright, let's strike it rich. Pass the turn. We have turn 2, Goblin I can't say it. Anarchomancer? Anarchomancer? We did it. We're facing Amulet, so I really need to draw an action spell, and boom! There it is. If this was a Birgi, we'd be pretty close to a deterministic kill. Alright, play the Goblin. Pass the turn. And this Underworld Breach right here actually partially shows you why fetch lands in this deck are so good. All 3 of our land drops this game will eventually add in a free spell off of Underworld Breach. Some of you have commented on videos asking if it's really necessary, and I think this hand sort of shows you why it is. Alright, so they picked up another land. They have Boros Garrison. Can you cast anything off it? No more land drops this turn. Okay, Reforge the Soul. No, I'm actually not going to cast you. I'd rather have a Breach in play first. Pay a little bit more for you later. Alright, Mountain, Heretic Ritual, Underworld Breach, and then let's cast the Ritual again, removing the 3/4 fetch lands from the game. And let's cast the Wish. And then let's play Reforge. That's how we do. Alright, let's cast the Desperate Ritual. And could play another Desperate Ritual. Remove Reforge. Wish. Strike it rich. It brings me up to 5. And then I can Reforge again. Storm 8. And here we just have a bunch of mana. It's perfect. Desperate Ritual, Manamorphose. We'll have green this time. Play the Goblin. And why not? Let's commune. Grab a Berg. And now we just have to finish casting some spells here. I could probably just double Grapeshot, actually. If I cast Lightning Bolt from the sideboard, puts them to 17, Storm 14. Bolt them again, and then Grapeshot, that does it. Okay, just trying to be quick about this. Okay, and that brings them to 14, and then Grapeshot's going to end the game. Probably could have just double Grapeshotted them, but this is technically less clicks. It's all about that click equity. Turn 3 on the play against Amulet Titan. That said, post board, they will have copies of Endurance coming in, and well, that's going to be bad for us. I don't think we actually bring in anything that impacts this matchup, so I think we just resubmit our deck. Endurance, Force of Vigor, those are both cards that are effective against us. That said, they don't have any creature removal, so creatures like this Birgi, you should plan on them living. Alright, I'm going to keep this. Alright, turn 1 Saga. Yikes. So they're going to have turn 3 double Amulet. I don't think I'm going to be able to turn 2 this game, so I don't love this situation. Let's get our stopping round. Cast the Abundant Harvest, name non-land. Ritual. Okay. That actually doesn't do anything meaningful here. I think I'm just dead. Unless they somehow don't have any mana. Another Saga. Okay. Go to 15. I am dead to a light breeze next turn. Desperate Ritual. The Berg. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Alright, so they get an Amulet here. They float a colorless mana off Saga. They're probably going to play a tapped, what is it called? Crew effect. So that way they can untap, add 4 mana off a single tap land. And then they play their Primeval Titan, give it haste, and it's just coasting from there. They did not get another Amulet. That's interesting. Did they not have the green crew in hand? They didn't. I think I caught a pretty major break here. Okay. And there's the Semi-Growth Chamber. That makes 2 mana. And it's their land drop. So now they can play Grazer. And they can play the Growth Chamber again into Dryad. And then they can play the Growth Chamber again. If they have Azusa, they can make 4 mana? Okay, they don't have Azusa, they have Dryad. Alright, so I caught a pretty big break there. Let's see if we can capitalize. I'm going to remove a land in my deck from the game here. They have 4 cards. It could be Endurance or Force of Vigor, so we have to be a little bit cautious. Yeah, let's cast Manamorphose. Auto yield to this ability. Red, green, why not? Okay, so the back of that does die to Force of Vigor. It's worth noting, and it's a lot of mana to invest into it. Red, green. Abundant Harvest is a free spell here just because it converts for a red. We'll say non-land. Desperate Ritual is a great one. Okay. Alright, so Storm is 4. We're pretty far away at the moment. Commune technically only costs 1, so let's cast it. See if what we can get here. And a straight miss. That's kind of a bummer. So let's cast the Wish here. And I'll have 4 mana, so I can play Underworld Breach, but Endurance or the Force of Vigor both wreck me. But I think I'm just priced into... I guess I could Past in Flames floating 1? That's an interesting thought. And then I don't lose to Force of Vigor, but I would lose to Endurance. There's no Striker Rich in there. I think I'm supposed to Burning Inquiry. See if I can convert this Birgi into something better. Also, this Burning Inquiry might hit their Endurance or their Force of Vigor. It did not. Okay. Sort of a bummer. Underworld Breach. What if I just gave them Endurance? Feels bad. Ooh, they just conceded. How about that? Over Amulet Titan. 2-1, halfway through this league. I hope you're enjoying it. Gruul Storm kicking butts. Match number 4 coming right up. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. It happened. We lost a die roll, finally, in match number 4. We're on the draw, and I'm going to keep this. We have an Abundant Harvest to represent our second land here, and then we can maybe accelerate into this Reforge the Soul. Mountain? Is this burn? Suspend Riftbolt. It is a little bit burny. I would like to draw into Goblin Anarchomancer, so that way I can maybe... Well, that was not what I wanted at all. Accelerate into Reforge the Soul. I would like to pay 2 life here and cast this Abundant Harvest for land number 2. Land? Okay. And I've revealed a wish that I did not want to draw anyway. So, hypothetically, if we drew into our Goblin, I could turn to Pyretic Ritual, Manamorphose, cast the Goblin, Ritual Morphose, Reforge, and we'd be out of mana unless I spiked another Ritual off the Morphose. We have 2 chances at it, but sort of an idea. Pretty unlikely, but you never know. And the second Reforge the Soul draw was just like kind of terrible. What do you have, Burn Player? What do you have? Inspiring Vantage is apparently it. Are you really passing? Yes, they are. Okay, draw. Underworld Breach. Okay, let's cast Manamorphose. Red, green. Manamorphose. Red, green. I could hardcast Reforge here. Ritual. 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 If I played Underworld Breach and then escaped a Ritual, it's only 4 mana. Yeah, I just have to cast Reforge here. Hope that my new hand can get there. They just had a bunch of burn spells, and this new hand is stinky. Do not like it. Pass the turn. Too many of these land things. A little bit surprised that they didn't Lightning Helix me in response, but I'll take it. Lightning Bolt. Okay. Land number 3 from our opponent. I guess I need a Ritual to even try to win the game next turn, because I need a +1 to play into this Underworld Breach. Lava Spike. Okay. I suppose if my opponent taps out here and then I draw the Goblin, I would stand a chance. They would only have 3 bolts left in their deck, so if I draw a Goblin here, I could actually win the game. 4 left in my deck, 41 cards. Draw. Not the Goblin. Okay, so I'm going to fetch here to improve my odds just a hair. Go get that mountain. And now cast Manamorphose. I need to hit a Ritual effect or... nope, it's just the Ritual effect. The Goblin doesn't do it anymore. Red, green. Yeah, Wish isn't going to work either. Yeah, they got me. Okay, we have to go to game 2. Okay, well, you know, it happens. Let's bring in our lightning bolts and... feel like Commune might be a little bit too slow for this matchup. And then like maybe Shaven Abundant Harvest. We really want to keep the Burning Inquiry to be quick, so I don't think that's something we want to take out of our deck. Okay, game number 2 against Burn. We have the combo. I just need to draw a Ritual, and this is a turn 2, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that. So, turn 2, 1 floating, play Burning Inquiry. I guess I would need to draw... I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go get a land here. So if I drew a Ritual, I could go up to 4 mana, Strike It Rich, Breach, Burning Inquiry. So if I drew a Ritual, I would have a turn 2. Come on, let's get that turn 2. Bloodstained Mire. We have 7 hits in our deck. 7 outer. Let's see if we can make it happen. Monastery Swiftspear. So they're not even respecting me. They're not going to keep up Lightning Bolt. Let's just draw one of our 7 rituals and go bananas. How does that sound? Pretty good? We bottomed a ritual, so we know that there's 6 rituals towards the top. Come on, deck. And a Mire. That's a little bit of a bummer. I think we just fetch and cast Strike It Rich. And then we can try next turn. Okay. I mean, it's kind of exciting that this deck possesses the ability to turn 2 very easily now. Because, like, that's twice this league where we've been very, very close to the turn 2, and we've just missed it. And that shuts off our turn 2. That's a real bummer. What a jerk. We don't have any removal on our deck for Sanctifier. So we're going to have to try to win this the hard way off of Reforge's draw. I suppose something I could do here is Ritual and then play the Horn. Okay. Sacrifice this, play Horn, and then try to win next turn off of the Horn. It's a legitimate plan. Okay. Damn Sanctifier. I was so close to my turn 2. Okay, so we're taking 3 here. And then maybe more, depending on if they want to cast a burn spell to pump with their Monastery Swiftspear. They're just passing. That's interesting. Draw. Alright, so let's discard a fetch here. It's kind of free to do so. Okay, let's discard the Burning Inquiry. Reforge. We need rituals if we're going to make that work. Discard the Breach. And the Wooded Foothills. I waited to discard the Foothills to last to make sure that we hit a land drop. So I did not hit a ritual, which is a little bit awkward here. But something I could do, it would require our opponent not having anything in hand when they have 5 cards in hand. But I could play Birgi into Strike It Rich into Morphos. I guess I should just like cast the Morphos trying to spike instead of playing into the removal. Come on. Double Ritual. Lightning Bolt and Archeomancer. Kind of tough. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Just too short on mana. Like, in theory, I could cast Abundant Harvest, just name land, take a land, discard, try to spike double ritual. Then I can cast Reforge, but I wouldn't have any mana floating either. Maybe that's just the play. Land. And then discard the land trying to spike double ritual. We have one ritual and then another strike it rich. So let's play the goblin. And then I can cast Pyretic. Okay, Pyretic ritual. Now I'm expecting that they use a removal spell on the Goblin Anarchomancer. And Lightning Helix, yep. So the Goblin's going to die. I think we just have to play the Birgi. No real point in doing anything else here. We just didn't find enough rituals this turn, unfortunately. So how we could possibly win this game at this point is if we miracle one of our two remaining Reforges. That's the turn. Alright, opponent's going to 19. Okay. 4 cards in hand and 4 mana. Just kill me. Alright, Boros Charm. Putting me to 4. I can't even block this, or I'm sorry, dealing me 4. I can't block Sanctifier, so I'm going to essentially be at 5. Really, not attacking with the Swift Spear. That's, I mean, I guess it could just be a, I don't even need it. Or is their hand really nothing? Okay, well, this is a free card to cast because it makes some mana and gives me a card to discard into the horn. So it's not the worst. Red-green. We'll discard that, though. Okay, those are both fine. I'll say land with the harvest, I think. Discard that to horn. Okay, so let's play the goblin. Really need to spike a crucial spell off this Manamorphose, unfortunately. Cast Desperate Ritual. I think I'm actually going to add green with Morphos. Just because in theory it could open up something like Aeve out of the board. Although I think I'm just too low on life for Aeve to be a real choice. Alright, so now we have to discard the horn and hope to hit again. 25 cards in deck. We spiked the Reforge. So that's good, but our opponent has 2 open lands, so it could end up being kind of bad for us. Okay. Really nervous about this. How many bolts have they used? I don't even know. 16 cards left in deck. I'm dead to Bolt, but I don't know if I can even afford to play around it, so why even bother thinking about it, right? Let's cast the Goblin. The Goblin only costs 1 mana. And then the Bolt replaces itself, so it's just free Storm. Okay. Looks like the Bolt's going to resolve. Desperate Ritual. Okay, so Desperate Ritual resolves. I don't know if my opponent doesn't, like, they might have a response. Maybe they're not F6ing on purpose. They're not auto-yielding to any of the abilities, so I'm not really sure what their deal is here. Cast another Ritual. Okay. Cast Manamorphose. From 11. Green. Underworld Breach. So Breach is a card that I can cast and use, just not with red cards. So Storm is 12. Then we'll use Horn to discard this Burning Inquiry. Wish is a good one. Okay. Storm's 13. Let's use Horn to discard this Reforge. And another Wish. Wish is free. We can cast Abundant Harvest. I only need one more spell, and I don't really want to cast Grapeshot out of the board, so... Because then I have to click a whole bunch. I guess I could have cast like a Cyborg Veil or something. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, let's cast the Ritual. Oh, I suppose they could have like Lightning Helix is like a card why they would be pausing so much. I just thought of that. Okay. Harvest again, non-land. Beautiful. Love goblins. Let's put another goblin into play. And cast Grapeshot. Sweet. Deck certainly has some grind game to it. I started this turn empty-handed, and we ended up here. It's kind of wild. And our opponent concedes. We will go to game number 3 of the 4th round. I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't like Relay against Burn. And Commune's like kind of awkward because it either gets the card that loses to Sanctifier or a creature that then loses to Burn. I think the Burning Inquiry path is probably still correct. I know we haven't pulled off like the miraculous turn 2 yet, but like there's been a few times that we've been close, which is sort of what we want to do in this matchup. We kind of just want to like slam dunk on them out of nowhere. It is the Tome Scour of this deck. It's not a card that's good until you're winning, but it's kind of crucial. I don't really know how I feel about it, but that's the idea. And this seems fine to me. I will definitely keep this. Okay. Mountain. Goblin Guide. What's the reveal? Misty Rainforest. What a lucky duck. Okay. Draw. Desperate Ritual. 8 cards. I could just bolt the guide now, but I'd feel really dumb if I got burned by an Eidolon. I guess I could have played the Striker Rich. Yeah, that was that was stupid. I should have played the Striker Rich. In my head, I was like, oh, I have to keep the Lightning Bolt open for Eidolon. But I could have done that with the treasure token from Striker Rich, so I just lost out on the mana. Sorry. I just don't know what I'm thinking right now. Burning Inquiry. Okay. Yeah, that was just bad play. No excuses. And there's the Foundry. Interesting. Skewer, okay. 4 cards in hand. I think I'm just going to burn this Goblin Guide. If they were sandbagging an Eidolon, they got me. Okay. I'm going to just name non-land here. Hey, that worked out. So we are at this point a Birgi away from winning. And there's the Eidolon. So they got me a little bit. What we can do here is play Breach and then bolt it, but I take 4 and I lose my Breach. Or do we try to win the game? So this deals me 8. I would go to 4. So maybe I splice this. Let's splice. Does that get around the Eidolon? It does not. Okay, I thought maybe there was a chance. I don't know. Not a math doctor. All right, so I have 6 mana. So this would bring me to 8, 6. So if I played Breach, I would go down to 4 mana. And then Bolt would put me to 6. And then Ritual, Birgi. Oh, I don't have the what's it called? I don't have the Burning Inquiry. For some reason, when it was revealed in my mind, another punt here. I thought that I had the Burning Inquiry already. A little awkward. Yep. Let's cast the Bolt. Kill the Eidolon. Okay. So now we go to 6 life. I wonder if I just like flashback a Striker Rich. And then next turn I can play Horn. It's probably the play. Just hope that my opponent's 3 cards don't do anything. I don't love how I played this game. Alright. So they have 4 cards, 3 mana. I'm at 6 life. If they can't kill me, I don't know what they're doing. Are you really just passing here? I don't think there's a difference between 6 and 5. So I'm... Ah, crap. There is a difference between 6 and 3. Why did I just assume that I had an untapped land? That was stupid. I am really good at just punting, because that's one less card I have to discard to the Horn. Maybe it won't matter. I don't know. Alright, can you just kill me, opponent? End my pain and suffering. I'm at 2. You have 4 cards in hand. One of them has to deal damage. Okay. I'm so proud. Alright, they got there, finally. We are 2-2 with 1 round left to go. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. The 5th and final round, we are on the play again. Let's see if we can squeak out a match win and, end with a positive record. Our opponents reveal the Lurrus of the Dream Den. And unfortunately, we don't have any lands. I have to mulligan this. Okay, so this is a turn 3 Reforge. I think we just have to bottom the Breach. Okay. Play the Arid Mesa and pass the turn. Is this red-black? It is. That's unfortunate. Okay. Get that stomping ground. It's unfortunate because I don't... Thoughtseize discarding a Reforge is just going to be backbreaking. Okay, Bobble. I could have waited to fetch. That's partially on me. Now they're getting free info out of me. My laziness came at a cost. Draw. Well, I guess they get to draw first. And they see my forest. Sure. Okay. Blood Crypt. Channeler. Another Bobble. I have a feeling that this is not a favorable matchup for Gruul Storm. We do have 4 copies of Veil on the board, though. Okay, so Bobble. They are 1 card short of Delirium at the moment. No! Okay, Inquisition. At least it's not Thoughtseize. So they had a ritual here, but I will get to keep my Reforge. The problem is time, I think. So this channeler is about to be delirious. We'll take 3 going to 15. Next turn, assuming that I don't draw a ritual, I have to just draw pass. And they get to attack me for 6 down to 9. On the following turn, I can reforge, but then I'm dead to a lightning bolt. So this is actually kind of bad for me. Okay. I'm at 15. Now they draw a card off bobble. Draw. Another land. Okay. Not looking good. So, like I mentioned, they get to attack for 6 here. I go to 9. Next turn, I can play the Forest and cast Pyretic into Reforge. But then I have to pass the turn. So then they get to attack for another 6. So even just a 3-power creature here would end up being lethal. So creature, bolt, whatever they have. Okay. I'm actually just dead to that. I am going to concede. Alright. So I did not win that one. Let's go to board. I think we want these veils. I don't know if we want Lightning Bolt or not. I think that the Burning Inquiry plan probably isn't good enough here. Then, like, maybe we Shape a Harvest. Let's try this out. On the play. Sure. Not feeling super confident here. So one thing that I do think is pretty good in this matchup is playing the back half of Birgi. That said, Calgon's command does answer it. So it's not perfect, but it does allow you to slowly grind out the game if that's what the game becomes about. Lifts into Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay. So they draw off Bobble, we take a draw. Ritual. I'm 1 mana short of the back half of Birgi, so I think I'm just going to pass here. I don't really want to play the front half because it just dies to so many different things. Watery Grave. Okay, so they're Grixis. I didn't realize that. Why must you hurt my feelings like this? I guess we boarded fine for both matchups, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe if I knew that I was facing Grixis, I might have boarded in the Galvanic Relays. So they probably take the Berg here. Breach. Okay. I'm just going to fetch and be lazy. And now we take 3 going to 16. Draw. Morphos. So I can either play the back half of Birgi, or I can try to get super lucky. And by that I mean we can go Pyretic, Desperate, Birgi, Morphos, Morphos, but then I have to hit off the Morphos. I feel like that's like just kind of risky. So I'm going to choose to just hope to get lucky off of our discards. Right, we have a Horn. Let's hope that this is good enough. Third land. Oh, they have it. I'm getting K commanded. Rip me. They are selecting their modes. And there it is. My whole career ended by a Calgon's command. Alright, I'm going to concede here. I am not coming back. If you like watching me just slowly die to Dragon Rage Channelers, you can imagine it in your mind. So, this deck list, what did I think? These were not as exciting as I thought they would be. They were super high variance. They were either amazing or terrible. And I don't think that's really the kind of card we want to be playing. So I did not love this. I probably would not play the main deck Burning Inquiry again. I think I am somewhat interested in trying a Silence build. This is something you could play, but I almost want to try the Silences, at least some number in the main deck, maybe 2. So try 2 main, 2 board, and then opens up a board slot for something else. So that's something I would be interested in playing. I don't think you need 4 copies of Wish, so that could be one of the slots. Just a thought. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm always open to thought suggestions, etc., so share them if you have them. Once again, have a great day, keep storming, and Evan, thank you for this donation deck. I do appreciate you. See ya. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.